Yeah, we sort of joke about the flyover states. We're more than happy that the coastal elites that I joke are, keep flying over, leaving opportunities for us to buy assets at really high cap rates and, solid returns. And I think we obviously have a long track record of familiarity in a local market. At the end of the day, on the real estate side, it is a very local market, and that's exceedingly hopeful. And I think what we've tried to really focus on in these markets is very, very local. What's really going to work on that street corner with respect to a brand, with respect to how do you make it exciting. A lot of our hotels, our select service, have rooftop bar and restaurant, and adding features a little differently than the generic, I think is our sort of sweet spot of success. And so our general view is we can operate full service and select service hotels better than anyone inside of that hotel, because we have a really good back office and engine that really drives the similarity, room margins, efficiencies of the guest experience, etc., and then bringing other things to life inside of the brand context with respect to F&B, etc. And that's the fun part. We really get to mix it up.
And that's something that I think successful hoteliers can do in a lot of different markets. It's fun to see, Chicago notwithstanding, in the Midwest, there aren't a whole lot of gateway top 25 cities, but you see more and more the conversation turn to developers and hotel operators who can find those demand drivers in all sorts of markets. And so it's interesting to see how different properties can respond to that demand.
Yeah, and we've seen it's a, sort of a global, but definitely a national trend, which is people of all ages are returning to the urban core. And that urban core doesn't just mean Manhattan. That urban core can be Chicago, it can be Cleveland or Dayton or these other cities. And it's really interesting when you go to these secondary and tertiary markets, that common theme continues to follow even in the smaller cities. Like, who wants to move downtown to a smaller city? The answer is everybody who lives in the suburbs in that small city, because that's where the activity is. People like the opportunity to walk to restaurants and bars. And the great thing about the hotel business is it's a 24/7 business. The lights are always on, and it has a massive gentrification impact in these local neighborhoods, in these cities, and that's really where we're focusing on. So urban core, regardless of size of market.